Good morning, family, friends, and followers. It is day 6 on the Oregon Coast Trail, the OCT. We just left the town of Manzanita, and we have about 15 miles today to, I'm not even sure, what town are we going to? Garibaldi, thank you. And then we are staying at a campground there. We've only actually stayed out in the woods, if you will, one night so far. Everything else has been campgrounds and hotels and stuff, just the way that this trail works. It's a cool foggy morning on a mostly empty beach. Well, what to do now? Should have been on the other side of that, I suppose. And the surf is starting to come in. Huh. And that looks fairly deep. So, might be getting our feet wet. All right, here we are at the Nehalem River. This is a point where apparently that place right over there runs a ferry, so they will come over and get us to take us across this river. This is part of the trail. This is this ferry service, so we need to get over there to continue. It's kind of like on the AT when we had to take the canoe across the river.
Yeah, California, Oregon.
All right, yeah. Here we are.
That's sexy Nahale Bay.
That's right. Got our ferry shuttle driver. What's your name?
Josh Rebeo.
Josh,
Oh.
Nice. Okay, you're now going to be a YouTube sensation.
Yeah.
Get it.
All 35 of our subscribers.
That's right. That's right. Hook us up.
35K pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Have you guys seen the big fish jumping?
I did see it, yeah.
Yeah, man, this was some massive fish jumping.
What are they? do you know? Okay.
Yeah, Chinook and Coho for the girl.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, we made it across the Nehalem River to the jetty fishery. They came over, gave us a ride across. There's actually tent camping over here, and they got a really nice setup for hikers. They, bathroom and that we can use, electrical outlets to charge stuff, and there's a little store inside with food. Pretty cool place though. There's the river over there, but yeah, they got a little fire pit over there and some camping down the way. And in here, I guess they have fresh steamed seafood and corn. We haven't had anything to eat here. We just had breakfast. So yeah, it's a really nice little setup they got going here. We called from the other side. I'm not even sure they got the message. I think they just saw us standing over there in need. So $10 a person to ride across. Pretty good. All right, we'll check out the inside really quickly for those of you who may want to hike this trail in the future. I don't know that it's necessarily resupply, I wouldn't say, but you can get some of the basics, candy bars and whatnot they have over here for their campers. They do have a few things here, chips and so forth, some basic stuff, and then they have plenty of drinks as well. So just a nice place to stop. That's really awesome. It's got flowers growing in it, and they even put soil in there. That's funny. For the next stretch, we could walk along Route 101 out there, but we are not going to. Apparently there's some sketchy parts along there where there's some tight curves and no shoulder or very little shoulder. So what we're going to do, per comments and suggestion from the guy, Josh, I think his name was, back there at the boat launch, is to actually walk the train tracks. And yeah, so you can walk along these. There is a tourist train, I think, that comes along, but it moves slowly enough that you don't have to like dive out of the way or anything, or worry about it too much. So we're going to take that suggestion and walk along here, and then we'll get back out to the beach in a little bit. Okay, we have now made it from the train tracks to the road and back to the sea. Got more beach walking for a little while. This should be it's a relatively easy day today, with majority of it being on the beach. So we just left the town of Rockaway Beach, where we stopped to have lunch. Nice little town, and we're, I don't know, maybe half a mile from it or so farther south down the beach, and there's a little rock formation down here called Twin Rocks, which is right there. Nice view of it there. Really cool. This is called the Three Graces rock formation here next to the railroad tracks and the road that we're walking down. Just saw some information on Google. I guess that there's good tide pooling out there. You can go out and see some neat stuff around the bottom when the tide is out. And this is called Crab Rock. Let's see if it looks any different from the other side. Kind of looks like a crab pincher to me. And here comes the train. They call it, I guess, the excursion train. Not entirely sure what its name is, but it's just a train that you can ride to, I guess, see the sights around town. Pretty cool. Vacationers out riding the train. Hi. All right. There you go. Pretty cool. Here we are at the longest pier in Oregon. I think it's 760 feet long, something like that. And it goes out into the Tillamook Bay there, that we've been walking next to all day. That's an old Coast Guard boathouse out there at the end that is being restored, apparently, into a historical center. Zoom in on here. So that's pretty neat thing to see. Again, we're seeing some different things here as we walk different types of this trail. So we wouldn't necessarily see these as easily if we had been walking up on the road. So I'm really glad that this railroad is an option here. Pretty neat. Nice view out into the bay. We are staying tonight at the Old Mill RV Park. So this is the office here, and then they have some nice shower houses over there, bathrooms, really nice, very clean, and very new. It appears to me. The showers look fantastic. Even haven't used them yet. This is just a very large open space, lots of RVs. We have a dry camp in the back, They do have tent camping here as well, and they have some spots that are specific tent spots, but we have actually an RV spot that just doesn't have hookups. So that's it's a little bit cheaper to stay in that space. So that's where we are. I'll show you that in a minute when we get there. Okay, wrap up for day 6.
Yes.
There's so many days now, different trail. So anyway, wrap up for day 6 on the Oregon Coast Trail. We did, what did I say, 14.7 miles and 200 feet of elevation.
My kind of day.
Yeah, it was a flat day. So basically, let's see, we left the town of Manzanita.
About 8 o'clock.
Yeah, lovely little hotel there. Yeah, we didn't rush out because we knew our day was flat.
We didn't linger either. We could have stayed longer. But
we could have, but it actually worked. I think it worked out well,
yeah.
timing wise. And then we just walked the beach for
5 miles.
4.5, 5 miles, yeah, something like that, and got to
Rockaway Beach.
Before Rockaway Beach we had the
We crossed the
Yes.
city. We crossed with the boat.
right. So
river.
so first at 4 to
yeah,
5
that's right.
miles or whatever it was, we had a ferry ride across the river that I'm blanking on the name on right now.
You'll add it.
I'll put it in later. And well, you've already seen it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that was kind of cool. That is part of the trail. You call them, or in our case, we called them, left a message, and then I think they just saw us over there. I'm not sure they got the message.
Super nice, super
great.
nice people.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a great place. We didn't stay there. You can camp there, but yeah, they had a nice little store there with some, I wouldn't say resupply if you're a hiker, but they had a couple of odds and ends that you might want, and some drinks and candy bars and ice cream and things like that. Yeah, chips. But we had a cup of coffee, which was great, hot coffee, and they had a nice little fire pit going. They do have food there that you could buy if you like seafood, and so that was all. It was a great place. Josh, I think his name was our ferry boat driver, so that was fun. And then we
walked the railroad.
Yeah, then we got to the other side and walked the railroad, not for very long that time.
It's either that or Route 101, which
we don't want to walk the highway if we don't have to. So yeah, we did that, and then we walked the beach again.
Then we walked the beach.
Yep, and got to Rockaway Beach, Oregon, and that was a nice place as well. We didn't go into town per se, but it
looks really cute though.
Yeah.
It was one of those little charming beach towns,
right?
Like really cottagey and things like that. We had lunch there though.
We did have lunch. Yep, we packed our own lunch, so we ate there. We didn't have to, but of course we didn't know what timing was going to be like. Yes, so we ate our
packed lunch,
our trail lunch. Yeah, and so that was fine. We had nice, just sat and relaxed for a little while. They had, for hikers, they have bathrooms there. You can fill up your water bottle and all that good stuff is all there. So that was nice. Then
we were back on the beach.
Then we're back on the beach, yeah. Basically, we were flat then the rest of the day. Walked the beach for several more miles. Got off the beach, rounded the jetty, had a little bit of road walk that took us to the railroad tracks, right? And
then once again, it was either railroad tracks or road.
Or highway, yeah.
So we chose
railroad tracks. And that was a longer walk on the tracks, but that was fine. I actually thought it was nicer because there were a couple of things along the way, the Three Graces,
that we could see from the tracks that you wouldn't have been able to see on the other side of the highway.
And we could take our time looking at them as well, instead of worrying about getting hit by a car
or a train.
Yeah. But that was cool too because the train came through.
It did.
Yeah. So we stood there. We got out of the way, and all the people on the train were waving to us.
It was a little tourist train. It wasn't like a freight liner or anything like that. It was,
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
They're like, hi.
Yeah, and everybody was waving to us. The conductor waved to us and everything, or the engineer rather. So that was pretty cool. And then that just basically led us here into the town of Garibaldi. So that's where we are now.
Which is a bay town. It's not a beach town. It's a different flavor, a different taste to it. So
Tillamook Bay.
Yeah, people are clamming,
crabbing, fishing.
Yeah. So we're at an RV park. Super not sexy at all.
Yeah. So it's just basic big open field. So I'll show you that in a couple of minutes here. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, we're just camping out in the middle of a field basically.
But we ate town food, which needs to stop because I'm gonna gain weight on this trail.
And we had great showers.
Yeah,
so
those showers,
yeah, showers were really nice. So this is a nice place. So yeah, tomorrow morning then we don't have to rush out of here. We have another ferry ride across the bay to a spit that is out in the that crosses the bay. So we're going to do that, but that's not scheduled till 10 a.m. because of the tides. So we can kind of take our time here this tomorrow morning, getting up and doing that. We'll walk down the spit, and then I think we get up into the mountains. We get up into the forest at least again, and have a little bit of elevation. We're going to the town of Oceanside, Oregon tomorrow. So we don't know what our mileage is going to be tomorrow. Just because of that ferry boat ride and walking down the spit, things like that. That is, we'll explain it later, but it's not all official trail. We are missing some trail because of that ferry boat ride. So
once again, it's either that or take a bus or walk the road,
walk the highway, with very little to no shoulder. And you know, those types of things. It's just unsafe. It doesn't make sense for us to do that when we could do something more fun like the ferry boat ride, and then hopefully see some different animals out there on the spit, or birds or something. We'll see. So, all right, so I think that's it for day 6. So we will talk to you tomorrow on day 7. All right, have a good night, everyone.
Night.
And here is our super exciting campsite for the evening. We have this nice big square in the middle of the field. We've set up our tent neatly in the middle of it, as you can see. That's it. We are in an RV park, as I said before. You can kind of see this is just a big wide open space here. There's lots more up there behind those trees. You know, up where they have hookups and things for the RVs. We're just down here in this space where it's just a grass field with no hookups. So there you go. That's our camp for the night. Hope everyone is well. Have a good night.